Welcome back to the second scenario for the invasion of Italy. We're going to liberate what is pronounced as Gela from the grasp of Mussolini and company. So July 11, all right. Counteroffensive on the way. They're moving rapidly. If they hit the beaches too fast, it's over. We need to hold. We need to hold this airfield as well. Something about an Italian mobile group, I'd imagine armor. They're coming there, alright. We need to seize this Biscari. Hopefully we'll get some more goodies for that. Looks like we have some auxiliary units there already in place. 2 commendation points and then a narrative event. So it looks like we can deploy, say, here and one other place. It's going to end the Gela proper. All right. We're advancing that way. All right, armored division there. It sounds like essentially from all fronts, really. Seems to be some real threat from the air. There's a river runs down the middle of the map. It sounds like the Hermann Göring group coming from the, mid and east sector is going to have a lot of artillery and armored stuff, which we may want to try to capture. In a perfect world, at least. Assuming we survive it, which I'm pretty sure we will. Alright, here we go. So we have a couple of ships. Alright, on we go. The rationale from last scenario still remains that the anti-tank will probably be around action more often than an anti-air. Oftentimes the enemy's air force gets done away with. You can take this airfields, crash his entire force, whereas anti-tank not so much. So we'll go with this anti-tank. We get +1 movement. And then let's see here. I think Biscari is I think this is Licata. I'm pretty sure. Gela, and then Biscari. Maybe we'll reinforce here. Why should I? We'll go right in the middle. We'll go Gela. Alrighty. We have a fair clip of prestige we were able to harvest, so let's go ahead here and repair. I don't see why we shouldn't repair everyone with the elite, but I'm not quite exactly certain as yet. Get you as well. Certainly you. Well, these are a core now, okay. Well, good for us. Okay. We can repair you and then Rangers. Do we need 3 infantry? Probably. Although I'm not sure. Let's take him off the board for now. And find out. So this thing, what are its statistics? Let's see. If we wanted to upgrade, what could we do? There's not much. We have some captured material, but there's no need to. So there's a range of 3 with this 100 millimeter. but only 17. Oh, I never gave myself that field repairs. I'm going to do that right now. So there is that. We'll get this field repairs hero. If you didn't watch the first episode, I feel that you should get a killer team at the start of every new DLC campaign. Like, it would be nice to have a free killer team at the start of the Spanish Civil War and or this one, because you get to tinker with heroes. As it turns out, I got my wish, and you do get a free killer team, but I also feel that you should have a free field repairs so that you can tinker with prototypes or captured stuff without having to worry obsessively about parts. I mean, I still have to worry, but not obsessively so, let's say. So I have the option to increase this, whereas I might be worried about it otherwise. I'm not sure. So let's see. This thing is pretty weak, and we could upgrade it like so. Get it a range of 3, which is nice. A bit more slot heavy, and the range of 3 really is only relevant if you don't have meticulous planning and aggressive deployment. So this, an extra slot here is, I don't think is exactly worth it. And then you, let's see, suppressing fire. I see. Artillery support, range of 3, an extra slot, unfortunately. Better both, but really not maybe all that much better. So maybe we could leave that alone for now. And then you is essentially what we have. It's a pretty nice unit. How many slots is that? We have 4 slots. It's tracked. It's a hard target, has a ground defense of 14. Yeah. It's not a bad unit. 4 slots makes it. Yeah, this is a good unit. Even though I have the aggressive deployment and meticulous planning, that the ground defense is very nice on this thing. Lets it get in there and get down and dirty. So if an infantry attacks it, is essentially so what. So we'll leave that thing be, even though we can still move and attack. Okay, so far so good. Let's see here. This thing, let's see what it is relative to its upgrade. 90 millimeters, nice. I'm not really sure that it's all that nice for the slots. I think we could buy a new anti-air weapon if we wanted this one. As we can move and deploy, this one is, the range here is not as relevant, I don't think. Maybe we'll get a half track here, I see, as well. Yeah, why not? We can get that. We'll buy one of these, and then we'll upgrade you to this half track, and then what is that? There we go. Just 1 slot. Still trying to figure out why I want these Marauders and not just this fighter that does both fighter stuff and tactical bomber work all in one package. So we have 6, 7, 11 moves, 16, 3 slots. 8, 8, essentially none on the offense, and 6 on the defense. Moves, 16, 3 slots. Alright, we go back here again, we find 240, 180. I see no reason at all in any way to run this Marauder. other than it was free. So I don't see why these things should be on the board at all. So I can buy another one of these P38Gs and max it out like so. Do I have an upgrade for the scout car? That's not an upgrade though. How about you? It's better, but we don't have many of them. Okay. So this tank has overrun and envelopment. We can max it. Yikes. Alright. We're going to do that anyway. So we can upgrade it to what? Presently it's an M4. We could upgrade, say, here. That'd be a downgrade, right? You doesn't move very quickly. Technically that looks like an upgrade. A little more soft attack. Downgrade, and then you. That's an upgrade across the board. Okay. So we have 3 upgrades we can use, and then you. What are you? You're an M5. We could upgrade to say. Also probably want another recon unit. Or 2 maybe. Let's see here. Scout car there. 8.8 or 8.8. This one's just a bit better. It has a better air defense. Okay, so yep, that's a better car, the M20 LAC. Let's buy one of these. Or we could upgrade this to the M20 LAC. Let's see why not, really. Let's leave that be for now. We'll just buy one of these and see about placing it. Okay, so we can upgrade you as well, like that. What would happen if we bought another anti-air gun? This one. And went just 14's worth, and then boom. There we go. So that would probably mean we don't need this one, although it's only 1 point. It's really just sort of damage just waiting to happen, this thing. So maybe we'll delete it and put it back. We don't want too many of them, I think, maybe. Okay, so we could overstrength this Pioneer unit. We'd have to put you back in reserve. Where are we going again? We're defending. We're defending, so it's mostly open terrain. We're sort of, we have the ability to go up this way, but we have these auxiliary units, which are cheap to reinforce with green reinforcements. And we have our glorious learns by mistakes hero here. And what if we go like this, and then we can up this guy's game to say that. And let's see, we can get how far does that move? Studebaker, the half track will cost us a slot, and the Dodge is cheaper, 95. By my best reckoning, this Studebaker moves 8 and is wheeled, and this thing is moves 8 and is all terrain. So open countryside for all terrain is 1. And for wheeled is 2. And this all-terrain is 3, wheeled 4, so all-terrain is better. So we'll take the all-terrain. How about you? Any all-terrain there? Yep. And this half-track is 1. We don't want it. Why do we want that? A higher ground defense. We'll take this. What? All-terrain. That's what we have. Okay. And you... Studebaker only. And you... We can have the all-terrain. Alright. We already have that. So we could then upgrade you to 20 strength. That's a lot of slots for 5 points, though. Moves me from 15 to 20. I'm not sure that I want to do it. You, on the other hand, M5. I like my armor big and beefy and tough, fast. I see a tank, I want to know that it's going to be able to do something to whatever unit that happens to be around. Be that get up right in its face and form an encirclement, or do some damage. So I think maybe we'll up this thing's game to an M4A3. I could have left that tank be and taken another one of these 38Gs, but I don't really know. Okay. We could try to grab a strategic bomber. Let's see what that does. Over you. 1270. Yikes. It's 430. Ugh. What is that? Times 2, I see. And you? Times 2, yeah. Ugh. That's expensive, all right. Just for a tad of suppression and times 2 rapid fire. These things are nice if you don't have meticulous planning or aggressive expansion deployment. We have sort of probably enough. Could maybe use another artillery piece. We could plop one of these down. That's not a bad idea. But then we have really a bunch of, then what do we have? A bunch of fragile artillery, a couple of fragile anti-air, some potent fighters, a scout plane, 2 beefy tanks, a couple of fairly fragile recon cars, and a minimum strength pioneer. I'm not really so sure about all that. I think maybe we could get another recon car, one of these out there, and then upgrade you. That's an upgrade, right? Sort of. Good enough. We'll upgrade that. This one has the distraction hero. And then we have a 1 slot left. Maybe we don't need all that many points here. We'll just sort of soften them up. And then we can have another recon car. These things tend to gain experience fairly quickly. They're very useful for encirclements. And you can always convert them to, I see. We didn't get an anti-tank. We need an anti-tank, don't we? Yeah, we sure do. We sure do, yeah. Not sold on the utility of this contraption that I bought. I think it's just a damage, mobile damage waiting to happen. If it's close to enemy air, it can do something, which is mostly suppress them so that our fighters don't take any damage. But they're overstrength. They have they don't really cost too terribly much prestige, and they're very good at what they do. So we have this thing for 6 slots, or this very fragile, sort of useful, but you have to be in the area, or you have to get it to the area, and then you have to protect it from being attacked by infantry or tanks or whatever. No. This thing, back to the boneyard or whatnot, back to the parts bin. So we need an anti-tank is what we need, because we have an anti-tank hero. I was thinking, let's see here. A ground defense of 14, 2 slot, 20 attack, 23 attack, 18. I like the idea of this thing. A little bit more prestige, but a little fairly sturdy. Tracked, fully tracked. Let's see, we can get one of these here like that. That's better. So we can paint you anti-tank color, whatever that's going to be. Let's see, we'll get some kind of... That looks good. That's more like our tank though. There we go. Good enough. I think we're at... we could buy auxiliary units or not. Apparently we can buy auxiliary units. We have more. 14 more slots, which is a fair number, really. As we have auxiliary slots, I don't see why I should run this F4 with core. I could run it with auxiliary, meaning I could upgrade you another click like so. Let's color this thing bluish. Okay, so we could place our units where? We have space here, there, and here. I see no reason why I should hold this at all, really. I do see a reason why I should run up here and bring it to this airfield, as noted in the briefing. I know why I want this airfield as well, because then the enemy will have no airfields. So let's see if we can acquire some mechanized units. This is a hard target and hard target. Okay. Soft targets except you and yeah. Okay. So no bikers to confound the enemy's anti-tanks or armor killers. Other than just straight infantry, I would guess, right? Alright, these things are slot heavy. Fairly pricey as well. 4, 4, 5, 4, 4. If I were to buy an infantry auxiliary, I think it would be airborne, because then I won't have to pay for the organic transport, and they can bop from one airport to the next. We have an airport? We do right here, yeah. Alright, so Let's grab a couple of these airborne, and then we can just take 2 without getting too terribly deep into the overstrength, and we can get some auxiliary recon cars as well. Like so. I could buy an auxiliary anti-tank, and what would that get me? 250 for 2. Let's see, 20, and then you. Yeah, and then you move 620 there. I could buy one of these. So why not? Why not do it? We'll do that. And paint all these auxiliaries a special color. Alright, there we have it. It's right at the top of the list here and there, so we are good to go. If we place this, we should be able... Well, let's test this. So we put a unit, say, here. Our auxiliary unit, say we want to head up here ASAP, so we'll put one there. If we can still, we can't place you there, so I have to take here. Yeah, we'll have to take off and then go. Okay, so we'll put another auxiliary here. Our auxiliary anti-tank. Well, we'll put our mainline anti-tank, say, here. Our anti-air weapon, we can put, say, right here. Get these artillery pieces here. Get our overrun tanks up here and say there. Why not? Why not go there? Get our recons here. Our distraction man, get in there. As to what exactly goes on, say over here, maybe we'll put our pioneer over here. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go like that. And put our auxiliary recon or anti-tank there. And then we'll get you and you like so. There it is. We have our anti-tank guy that can add 1 movement to this unit. And then we have our field repairs man. We'll put our field repairs here. Just because these things tend to be damaged or artillerized or take all sorts of fire from all different sorts of ways, and let's do that. Looks like the enemy is gone first. Okay. Okay, let's head over here first. These guys are... Alright, so it would seem, I think, that these airborne cannot go airborne because I don't have any slots available. It's still not bad, surprisingly good for airborne units, but they're not going to be able to bop around and take to the air in any meaningful way, as they can't do it. But what we do need to find out is what goes on up here. We'll send our auxiliary man up. There's 105 of the mobile group. Mobile group, heavy infantry, mobile group, mobile group, mobile group. Alright, this is an artillery man. Engineer. Okay. Let's see. You have a range of 2, I believe, for this range of 0. That's strange. It says ATY. Alright, just standard looking infantry here. Fairly hardy tank relative to ground defense. It has a 14. not much for offense, really. And then let's see here. I wonder if we can go 2 on the road or 3 on the road. We can go 1 up and over, I think. We'll find out. We can. And will. And we'll do exactly that. Also noted that I forgot to buy any scout planes, but we have a lot of recon planes or recon cars on the ground, so I'm not really all that worried. So let's see if we can get okay, our auxiliary recon up this way. So we have 2 moves there, 1 move there. This is our M tank here. We can get like so, right? This is the tank that needs the overruns. It has presently only 1, I believe, right? Yeah. Okay. So we could roll up here. Our tank wouldn't have any support, but then again, it doesn't need any. So let's see about heading up here. We can pop this artillery piece and then pop it again. And these are tactical bombers, it would seem. And we can see about rebasing up there. And you, let's see, where's our anti-air weapon? It's there. We could proceed here and assume that nothing's gonna scream over here and attack us here. That's not exactly the greatest assumption in the world. I suppose we could go up here and get our high ground defense artillery piece. It has ground defense of 14 up there to defend our anti-air weapon, which is not doing any damage to this thing, but maybe if it were mostly gone, we could do something. I see. So, whoops. Okay, so we'll just say we're down you, and we won't have to move that anti-air up there. Alright, so these guys we'd want to suppress. They're going to take 4 points of suppression at the beginning of my turn, or their turn. We could move up here, our core recon car. We can get, say, a core recon up here as well. 1 and 11 sounds ultimately reasonable. Unfortunately, this character is going to... Oh, he can't retreat, though. I see. We have envelopment here anyway, but it looks like this guy is going to surrender, and that is fine by me. Off he goes. We don't know what's up here. We would like to find out. This unit here, we're gonna force march over this way and get out of that area. These guys are happy to, why should I be happy there? I think if we start to march them over this way, they'll be even happier. As for you, we'll get our... So we have some anti-air here. We need to form that encirclement. We have our distraction man here. There's nothing to distract, per se at least. Encircle that guy. We can roll over here as well and circle this other fellow. We only have a range of 2. Can head over here. We'll go right in. 4 points of suppression there. I'll grab some, put some suppression on this infantry there as well. And we will roll up here and say right there as well. 4 of 10 Ranger. We'll get this Ranger like so. We'll get this our other unit forward. U.S. Airborne. I have a truck. I have a truck there as well. I don't recall buying a truck for these guys. Apparently I did though. Okay. Okay, that's nice for me, I suppose. It sort of is nice. Maybe we'll head up this way and see what this mobile armored column has to say, and then we can cross this road if need be. Okay, we'll head up here. And we'll head up here as well. That leaves these guys. We have no idea what's there. We have no scout. We just can roll out. Oh, that's the enemy there. Okay. He's in a village, supply hex village. Okay. We need to take this guy just straight out, and we don't need to mince words with him. This guy here is in the clear. In the clear, we can go like that. That's good news for us. This fellow here is a 8-7. And then we can go, say, like this. There's no reason to go there when you can go here. Let's deploy like so. Go, say 6-7 or what? 4-6. We'll go like that. Drive them out. This character here, I see. We'll take to that city. Go like so. Put some hurt on this guy here. About the size of that. Come over here. There we have that. That, so far as I know, is everybody. 1-4. Why should I take? Yeah. 1 suppression is essentially nothing. We've done 5. Good for me. No. 2-1. We have that. 2-1. We don't need damage like that. We could go even deeper here. Can we go further? I suppose we can get closer here. Because why not? We could attack this guy twice. It's probably surrenderable at the end of... Let's see, he has 3 suppression. This guy has 3 suppression. That'll be 7. We may as well juice them. Yep, that's it. Next turn. Ouch. Damage, I see. We can go and address that guy. Looks like he damaged our anti-tank as well as heavy infantryman. What has this guy done? Something happened there. Well, whatever it is, it's not pretty for the enemy. 35-40 minutes in, that's a decent start to the series. Let's see if we have the range to get at this character here. We don't, though, no. Okay. We have this boat here. We can move it up to this area. Anyway, we'll do more in the next episode. These guys look secure enough. We don't have any scouts, but that's fine. And I hope to see that.